One of the lesser-noticed Supreme Court decisions that came down today could have significance for special counsel Jack Smith's ongoing investigations into former President Trump. The court, in a unanimous decision, ruled that federal criminal defendants who are tried and convicted in the wrong state or district can be retried in the correct venue without triggering double jeopardy rules that could vacate a conviction. And joining me now is NBC News legal analyst and former U.S. Attorney Joyce Vance. So, Joyce, we believe that the fear before this ruling came down that could happen is why Jack Smith took the chance of going to Miami instead of Washington, among other reasons, where he perhaps would have a less experienced judge on classified documents and maybe not as favorable a jury venue, voir dire, but at least he was more secure that most of the allegations of obstruction happened in Mar-a-Lago, in Florida, not in D.C. But going forward, could this be significant if he decides to bring more charges involving, let's say, Bedminster, New Jersey?
Yeah, so I think this case was always lurking in the background of this decision about where to indict the former president, because prosecutors knew that if this case had gone the other way, there was a split in the circuits, which is why the Supreme Court took it. Had it gone the other direction, it could have been that if they picked the wrong venue, even if they got a conviction, there could have been a successful challenge on appeal, and then they would have been out of court. Now, of course, the Supreme Court has ruled, and they have said that if you get a conviction in the wrong venue, you can retry your case in the correct venue. But that wasn't the only thing that motivated the decision to bring this case in Florida. Prosecutors are supposed to pick the correct venue to charge in. That's the venue where the criminal conduct occurred. Florida is clearly a superior venue here. It's possible that you could make an argument for the District of Columbia, but no one really wants to win a criminal conviction, just have to retry the case, just to have to retry it in another location.
And Andrew Weissmann, our colleague, your colleague, is now has a news story in The Atlantic exploring the possibility that Jack Smith might indeed bring charges in New Jersey. It was quite notable that a number of incidents that were suggested involving New Jersey did not appear in the charges in that indictment.
Yeah, so this is a fascinating notion, and I would push back against the idea that they would be doing this because of the choice of Judge Cannon. It may just be that, again, for venue purposes, they believe the Bedminster charges need to be brought in New Jersey. You know, it was only 10 days ago or so that we learned that there was even consideration of filing this case in Florida. We don't really know what else Jack Smith is planning, and so I think there's the option that there could be additional charges in New Jersey, possibly in D.C. We just don't know at this point. It's intriguing.